So I just watched the ABC remake of Dirty Dancing, which was also touted as the musical version. So I was already super excited about this because I loved Dirty Dancing. I wasn't allowed to see it right away, but I think it was one of my either my stepmoms or dad's girlfriends from the past had gotten it on VHS, and I don't know if she rented it or purchased it from one of those like home video clubs because we were definitely part of one of those at one point. But we were finally able to see it, and I'm not sure that I really understood the whole abortion thing. But still, it was a really good movie. I loved it, and it was definitely not for kids. So I can see where that all came from as far as not letting me watch it right away. Um, and I still feel the same way about it now, even watching the remake of it. I don't think I ever saw the sequels because I didn't really care to. Um, and I think I was probably just like past it and just over it by then. But I remember my friend Aviance from Castro Elementary. We used to sing "Love Is Strange" all the time, just like they did in the movie, because it was just such a cool, iconic thing. Um, and it was super awesome to see Jennifer Grey on Dancing with the Stars when she competed and went back and did one of the dances from the movie. I thought that was super cool. So ABC's wheels were probably already turning for that. So getting back onto the remake, I was super excited about it because Abigail Breslin's in it. And I love Abigail Breslin. I don't know if it's because I love her as an actress or I love her as a person, but I've loved her ever since Little Mary Sunshine. I don't remember a lick about that movie because I saw it before it even came out at a drive-in, I think. Um, but she was super adorable, and I think that the reason why I really connected with her is I feel like I thought my very first niece was going to grow up to look like her, and she kind of does. I can see resemblance. So I've kind of stuck by her, even though some of the times when she's acting, I feel like she's just being herself and she's just having conversations like a normal person. Whereas I think if she thought about it a little bit more, which you can see in the movie, that it would really be more engaging and more like a character. Um, so I'm very excited, and to the point that I went on iTunes to preview the soundtrack like a week ago, I think is when they put it on there. And I was already having doubts then because it's super exciting to hear all that great music again. But I wasn't sure, what new stuff was going to be in there because there is an actual musical version. I remember growing up, one of the really cool things was there was a Dirty Dancing soundtrack, and then they even came out with more Dirty Dancing because there was so much music in it. And I remember it was such like a spectacle. They even had like a concert that I think they might have shown on TV at one point, but it was like a touring show, um, and it was I think it included people that actually like were the original singers of the songs, and then obviously dancers to demonstrate the dancing and so forth. But it was definitely a Dirty Dance was a huge thing. Um, so I was a little turned off by listening to this new soundtrack and only hearing a minimal bit of Abigail Breslin because I know she can sing, and obviously we know that Nicole Scherzinger can sing and sounds amazing. And I don't know who this Cole person is that plays the lead Johnny, but after watching the movie, he's super awesome. He can sing super well, and I think that he does the movie justice. And I was okay with them remaking the movie to the extent of this was the musical version of it. But after watching it, it really isn't. So some of the stuff is really definitely missing from the original movie. And I never saw the musical version of it, even the stage version, so I don't know what to think or to comment on that. But I was really happy that they used Abigail because she's not like a skinny as bones person. She's, got some meat on her. So I thought that was really neat to have her. And it kind of made a nice dynamic with her, and I think Sarah Hyland is the name of the girl in it. Of course, we know she can sing, but I really missed her having the part in, Kellerman's song where she can't sing, because I thought that that was something that was really awesome about the original movie. But to have, like, a thin daughter, and then, like, a daughter with meat on her bones, and having that just added more of a dynamic, putting one more academically smart, and then one kind of, like, ditzy, but the other sister didn't make it all that ditzy, so, um, so I was really missing more of a musical side to it where, these particular characters are singing at these particular times for these. I felt like there was, the screenplay was really shoddy. It just, I feel like they gave too much time to the adults in the movie, um, which it really should be the younger people more. They could have given more character development and more music to the younger people to make it more like a musical and just make it more interesting. Like I like the fact that there was a couple of different stories going on, but it wasn't solid and it didn't all flow together. So it almost was like, why did I just spend over 2 hours watching this? And if you watched it with commercials last night, I apologize for that. That was like 3 hours long. So I just was really not happy with that. But I was happy to see Abigail up and dancing, although I feel like they could have taught her to dance a little bit better. And then definitely the very beginning and the very end, where they tried to reinvent the entire thing and make it add some like what's happened since kind of thing, totally kills it and ruins everything that could have possibly been good about this the movie musical. I mean, I feel like they could have gotten so many different people to play all these different parts, but I was happy and content with the exception of obviously a few things. So I would definitely recommend watching it. Again, not for children, and it's not like a musical. It's going to be very much like a throwback to the original movie, and just know that you will probably be disappointed because, like I said, the beginning and the end just is horrific. Um, but like I said, I'm really glad that they gave Abigail Breslin that opportunity, and it was fun to see it in like a new light and to see it all happen. So definitely recommend, but just be prepared.